Have you been hesitant to list your house or look at buying a new house just because of where interest rates are? Well, you're certainly not alone. Hey, I'm Chris Padley with Gateway Mortgage here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And this last week, we've had the opportunity to listen to Doug Duncan, the chief economist for Fannie Mae, talk to us for about an hour about all of the details of what has created the current interest rate environment and what they kind of project seeing going forward. And that's what I want to talk about today. I think there's an opportunity to go ahead and purchase in this high interest rate environment because the way I look at it, I think there's savings to be had. And we'll go into more of that here in just a minute. But according to their data, and this is also corroborated with what I'm seeing on the ground, talking to my clients who are currently out shopping for homes and talking to the real estate agents locally who are looking at the homes that are currently available. This local market in Tulsa is still very hot. We need inventory. We're only at 1.9 months. But what is out there is getting multiple offers. And now, obviously, there are exceptions here and there depending on the location, the price. It's usually house specific, but we're hearing up to 10, 20 offers per property, depending on the right house. And this is at rates where they currently are. Listening to Doug, it sounds like by the end of this year, interest rates are going to fall somewhere close to 6%. And by the end of next year, they're expecting 5.25% to 5%. So any pullback is wonderful. That is definitely good news. But what I don't see here is a reason to wait. Obviously, I'm in the mortgage business, so I know how easy refinancing is. What I'm seeing here locally is that we're not seeing a pullback in values. We obviously had a big jump in local values over the last 18 months, which was welcome for anybody who owned a home during that time period. But we're not seeing this pullback that some people are expecting. I know a lot of people are like, well, the market's going to crash. Well, it might crash in LA or San Francisco, but it's not happening here. We were undervalued for so long that I just don't see that happening locally. We're still seeing price trending upwards. Now, we're not going to get the 8 or 10% that we had last year, but there's no reason we're not going to get our normal 3%, even up to 5% this year. And so when I look at the data of where the rates are going and where the home values are going, that's what leads me into this graph that I've put together for you. In this example, I'm showing while rates are going to trend downward between now and the end of next year, first of 2025, our values are also going up. The example specifically that I ran was if you were to buy a $300,000 house now, and then 18 months from now, 2 years from now, you were to wait and buy then, well, one, that house is not $300,000 anymore. With just minimal 3% or so appreciation, that house is now 320. Now, the difference in the interest rates between those two times is you're going to pay about $7,000 more in interest over that time period than you would have otherwise. Yeah, that sucks. Nobody wants to pay more in interest. I will note, though, that interest is tax deductible. So there's an asterisk there. Check with your CPA. I'm no CPA. Check with them, make sure it applies to you. But I'd rather pay a little bit more in interest than pay an additional $13,000, probably minimum, in the value of the house. So to recap that, again, you pay $300,000 for a house right now. You might pay $7,000 more in interest over the next 2 years. Okay, I get that. You wait those 2 years, you get a lower interest rate, you pay less interest, you paid $20,000 or probably more for that house, because when the rates are let's say 5%, there's going to be a lot more people than currently in the market out there shopping for homes, competing with you for that same house. It's going to drive that price up even further. So just my 2 cents on that. So bottom line, I still think there are some great opportunities to buy right now, even while rates are higher than what you would like. Namely, if the perfect house comes available for you and everything else works out in your life and you can afford the rate, and that's something that you and I will discuss to make sure that even with current rates, that the payment for your next dream house is going to be within your budget and within your comfort zone, then go ahead and pull the trigger. Know that I've got your back on the refinance when it becomes beneficial, and that you've secured the house for a lower price than what you would have otherwise. So I hope this helps. Any questions, contact me anytime. All of my information is at chrispadley.com. Thanks a lot.